Now, I'm going to show you some of my favourite plants in the garden this time of year, and these are a ripper. Now, they're called the crinum lily. They originate right through the Caribbean, but these days they're pretty much naturalised along the west coast and south coast of America. Now, they're also known as the sea lily, and they do grow beautifully along the edge of the coast, but they also go really well inland. The thing I love about them the most is the luxuriant foliage and the beautiful white flowers. This garden was the result of a transplant exercise. Pretty much everything lived in somebody else's garden and wasn't wanted anymore. Now, not every transplant was successful though. This crepe myrtle came out of the garden in summer and just didn't make it. The best time to attempt transplanting crepe myrtles is winter, when they're dormant. One successful transplant that we had was this beautiful frangipani tree. It came out of the same house and garden that our crepe myrtle did. In February, not a great time to be transplanting trees, but look at it, it's absolutely brilliant. Now, the trick to this tree was actually letting the roots dry out a little bit. We took a fair amount of wood off the top of it, and then we soaked the root system in sea salt at double strength before we put it into the ground. We've kept the water up to it, and bang, a year later, look at it. It looks fantastic. Now, there's actually a branch that's growing a bit too close to the house that's coming off today, and again, the same tricks apply. I'll cut it, I'll leave it to dry, and then I'll plant it into a free-draining sandy soil mixture. Another successful transplant was this Canary Island state palm. Now, we actually transplanted 3 out of the creek where they'd sprung up and over 10 years or so started clogging it up. The transplant was successful for one was definitely lost, and the jury's out on this one, which shows sign of recovering, but it's got a long way to go. One of the edible highlights at home at the moment is my tree tomato, which is producing heaps of yellow fruit. Now, they're a distant relative of the tomato and originate from Peru. For those of you who love a little spice in your life, well, chilies are a great plant to grow. Believe it or not, now is the time to grow them from cuttings. You have to keep them protected from bitter cold weather, but by taking cuttings of, say, this bell pepper, which is brilliant grilled when stuffed with feta cheese, well, you can't go wrong. Now, all you do is simply grab yourself some material like this, you pop it into some cocoa peat. Simple idea, really easy way to go, and you push your cuttings down. Now, look, just keep them firm, keep them moist. Come September, they'll already have roots and be ready to go out into the garden. You'll be getting fruit before you know it.